Ciao, mate. See ya.
So it's you again?
Like music to me ears, Mrs. Sharples. Nothing like a nice warm word of welcome.
You said you'd gone back to Liverpool?
Yeah, I did, but there was nothing doing there. So I'm off to the smoke, see what's happening there. Miss me, have you?
You've not been gone a minute.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd have a few days around here, get me breath back. And then London, here I come. I've got mates down there, you know, contacts. Bound to strike lucky.
You're soaking wet through.
Yeah, well, had to wait for a lift, didn't I? I mean, most of the lorries miss Weatherfield now, since the motorway. And it was chucking it down first thing, you know.
You had any breakfast?
Breakfast?
I thought as much. Porridge and a boiled egg, do you?
Mrs. Sharples, you're a real smasher. Come on.
Who knows? I could be just standing here talking to you like this one morning and that door could open and he could just walk in.
Oh, tall, dark and handsome.
Do you know, I reckon that's happening all over the world.
What?
People talking about me.
I thought you'd gone back to Liverpool.
If anybody else says that to me this morning, and don't ask why I'm back, because I'm just passing through, aren't I?
Have you told the press?
No need to, not round here.
What can I get you?
It's all right, love. She's first.
Beautifully house-trained, isn't he?
Anyone who thinks she didn't like me.
Yeah, she does give me that impression. Well, if you're not in any hurry, I'll just shift this lot.
Oh, don't. Here, let me. Where do you want them?
Over there, ask the way, thanks.
Right, kid. See you.
Right.
You don't need no one, do you? Only I'm available at the moment.
You what?
You know, in the cabin. Anything that needs doing. Delivery, shoved in heavy stuff. Only temporary, mind.
You know, now you come to mention it, them dolly mixers do weigh heavy sometime.
I'm serious.
So am I. Not a chance, love. We're overstaffed as it is.
Like a sort of odd job, Nan?
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I could start right away.
Oh, I'll keep my ears open. Oh, you didn't mean here. Oh, I'm sorry, Eddie. But you see, when I'm stuck, there's always our Terry.
It's all got now.
I worked very hard to come by, Stanley.
I thought I'd enjoy the depression, you know, but I'm not. I've got a job, you see. Here.
Stan?
Yeah?
I've got a mate in that line of business. Wallpaper.
Oh, huh?
How would half price suit you?
Half price? You're kidding.
I'm telling you, half price. You leave it to me.
Oh, but Hilda said...
Never mind what Hilda said. She won't know, will she? And just think what an extra few bob in your pocket will do.
Oh, it's a lot to pay out for paper, isn't it?
Especially when you don't have to. Well, do you want it or don't you?
Well, look, that's what she wants.
Oh, it's very unusual, that, yeah. Yeah, very unusual.
Yeah, well, if I give you £5, eh?
You better make it 10, Stan. Well, it might have gone up since I saw him last, you know, inflation and all that. I mean, you can't rely on anything these days, can you? Well, I'm on my way. Your troubles are over, Stanley.
Hey, are you all right, Stan, lad?
Smashing, I think.
You give it to Eddie Yeats? All 10 quid?
What he's saying to a pal, he gets a discount, you know.
We could have got discount when I told you, and we'd have had the wallpaper and all. How much discount?
Well, he couldn't say exactly.
Oh, couldn't say. Reckon you'll see him again, do you?
Oh, hi, yeah. I'll trust Eddie Yeats with life.
We are talking about the same Eddie Yeats, are we? In what used your window round to collect information for his light-fingered pals and nearly got you shot for an accessory before the fact.
Oh, well, his pals lent on him. He said so. You said so.
Oh, stand honest. Sometimes when I stop to think of all the money what's trickled through your...
Here we are, then. Just what the doctor ordered. Getting worried, were you?
No, we weren't. Were we, Hilda?
Where's his change?
£1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50p.
Was that all? £1.50?
Door-to-door service, no overheads, no bus fares. Go on, have a techo. Have a look, it won't bite.
Oh, Stan, look. Isn't that lovely?
Last few rolls, then. You've been very lucky, Mrs. O. There isn't another bit of that to be had anywhere.
How very much, mate?
Oh, any time, Stan. I'm not stopping you from having your dinner, am I?
Stan,
Now what?
go and get an extra fish and chips for yourself.
Oh, that would be very nice, Mrs. O. I won't say no.
Why can't you go?
Well, I've got to stop and look after Eddie here, haven't I? Well, it's the least I can do after getting us this. Now, you sit down there, Chuck, and start on them. I'll go and get the kettle on.
smashing on that wall, that paper will. No doubt about it.
Like tin peaches, do you?
Oh, yes, please. And top of the milk. Look, that's £3.50 split 2 ways, right? That's £2 for me and £1.50 for you, all right?
Well, why two?
Well, all the equipment.
Well, I thought you borrowed that.
Yeah, but I had to drop him something, didn't I?
Right, here we are then. All ready to go, are we? What's the matter, Stan?
Oh, I feel the twins, me back, you know.
Oh, no. We're all ready to start.
Well, I'll be all right if I can sit down a bit, like, you know.
Oh, that means I'm going to be doing all the blooming donkey work. It'll take us weeks.
Well, it's not my fault. You know what my back is. You don't want me laid up, do you?
Stan.
If I can make a suggestion.
What?
Me.
What? Help us, you mean?
Well, if you've no objection, that is.
Objection? Oh, Stan, did you hear that?
Oh, aye. A few hours grafting here, you'll not recognise yourselves. It'll be like Buckingham Palace.
Oh, well, all I can say is board and lodging as of now.
Stay here after what you said.
There's not many would have offered, Stanley.
Well, are we going to get stuck in it, aren't we?
Oh, we are that. Hey, we're just using for the labouring jobs, you know, sweeping up and that. Right, now, what do you want first?
We need a scraper and a bucket of water from the kitchen.
Stan, scraper and a bucket of water.
Eh?
Oh, I can't wait to see it on. Oh, no, leave it. It looks all right.
There's a bump there, I can feel it.
No, you tore the flaming thing last time, poking at it like
I'm doing
that.
my best, Mrs. Ogden. I'm only an amateur, you know.
Sounded so quick on the leaflet. Soak length of paper and fully immerse in cold water. Pull up top end of length slowly and steadily, allowing the roll to unwind in the water. Then slide up...
I know all that.
Yeah, but it's taking so long. Be midnight at this rate.
It was all right as it was.
What are you complaining about? You've hardly lifted a finger. There's Eddie here. Gets us the paper. Works his fingers to the boat.
What's so?
Come and have a look.
Hey, it's gone pale.
Give us them others. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, it's every flaming one.
Well, what's happened?
How the heck do I know what's happened? What's all this then? New fashion, is it? One of your mates' bright ideas?
Honest, Mrs. Ogden.
Honest, you? That's a laugh for a start.
How was I to know? I've not seen nothing like it in my life before.
No, it's new to me and all. Well, what have you got to say? Nearly 10 flipping quid we paid, and this lot's not fit for use, and we can't get any more neither. And what's so funny, Stanley Ogden? Go on, tell us what's so funny.
I was just thinking.
That's a change.
It'll be all right when the other fades, won't it?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Look, perhaps we could just finish this wall, like, and then join the other bits together.
10 flaming quid? And we have to start joining bits together? Oh, I could cry. Honest, I could sit down and cry.
We'll think of something, Chuck.
Of course we will. Don't you worry. Give him time.
Just look at it. Neither fish, fowl, nor good red herring. There are 4 walls to a room, you know, Stanley. I know you haven't learnt much in life, but I should have thought at least you'd have learnt that.
I haven't got X-ray eyes. I can't see through wallpaper. I didn't know it was going to peter out, did I?
You should never have let that Eddie Yeats get it in the first place. That's where you slipped up, because he can't be trusted.
He's gone for some more from his pal.
Yeah, so he says. For all we know, he could be halfway to Liverpool by now, and us stuck here with half a decorating job.
Not half, 3/4.
Don't you split hairs with me, Stanley Ogden. I'll tell you something. If he doesn't get us some more of that paper for that last wall, all this lot's gonna have to come off.
Hey?
Oh, yes, you'll have to strip it all off and start again.
Hello, hello. Here we are again.
Hello, Eddie. Halfway to Liverpool. We're talking about you.
Didn't feel the ears burning.
Well, you got it then. That's the main thing.
Didn't say that just now, did you?
I merely said he seemed to be taking his time, that's all.
Halfway to Liverpool.
I said for the time he's been, he could have been halfway to Liverpool.
Oh, no, you
Oh,
said...
Oi! When you got a minute, I've been running round like a blue-arsed fly after this wallpaper. Through the heat and dust of the day, it's parting work. And a bottle of beer would go down very nicely.
Well, we haven't got one in, but Rovers should be open shortly.
I'll tell you what, we'll stroll down there. By the time we get there, the doors will just be opening.
Yeah.
Just a minute, Stanley Ogden. While we have a look at this wallpaper.
The thing is, Mrs. Ogden, I couldn't get exactly the same as we had before.
You are?
Well, you see, I couldn't get it, but what I have got is what you need. A nice contrasting wall.
Aye, a nice contrast. Yeah.
What I want is the same as what's on here. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, it's very tricky, you see, love.
Oh, very tricky.
You see, there wasn't any of that other about, but with a nice contrasting wall, it sets off the other, you see. Anyway, I've got two for you to have a look at.
Have a look at it, love. I mean, have a look. Yeah.
Get that on this wall, go down a treat.
Oh, that's horrible.
But that's what they're all having. They go mad for that in London.
Yeah, well, we haven't gone mad up here yet. Shows the other one.
Always said you were a shrewd judge, Mrs. Ogden, because this other one is the pick of the litter. Good, innit?
Hey, that was smashing up, Hilda. How's that?
I'm not having that. It's kids' paper. Now, look here. You go back to that mate of yours and get me some more of this what's on already, else there's going to be trouble.
But it's not easy, Mrs. Ogden.
I can live with this. It's cheerful.
Oh, you're hopeless, you. Do you know, I'm sorry I got rid of our Irma's playpen. It would have just done for you. It's obvious you're starting your second childhood.
Look, Mrs. Ogden, the Rovers will be open now. Is it all right if your Stanley comes out and plays?
Ooh, that's all he's fit for. And you.
Hello there, Mrs. Keep smiling through, eh? That's the ticket. Packet of fags, please.
Plain?
Tipped. Safer for your lungs, you know. Mind you, they're making the cork tip so long these days, you get a rupture having a drag. Are we all right for the old Big Ben?
Pardon?
You know, clockwork. Tick-tock, tick.
Ah, no chance. This is a cash sale. 26p, please.
Oh, blimey, I wouldn't have had them if I'd have known that. I mean, I've opened a packet now. I thought you gave credit to regular customers.
I've only clapped eyes on you twice, and that's too often. You are not a regular customer.
I haven't had a chance, have I? I mean, you're not exactly encouraging me to be one, are you?
Look, are you going to pay me for them fags, or do I come over the counter to you?
Oh, all right. But you shouldn't do that, you know. Let people ask for credit and then turn them down. It's very embarrassing.
You shouldn't have asked.
How was I to know? By rights, you should have a sign. I can get you one cheap, you know. Why, mate, print them. They're good, they are. Please do not ask for credit, as a punch in the ear hole often offends. Hey, is this stuff you're trying to get rid of? Is it stuff that's gone off?
I'll swing for you yet. Put that down. It's for the Langtons' party.
Well, what are they doing here?
Well, they haven't collected them yet. They must have forgotten.
Forgotten? Him? He's trying to avoid having them. I know Ray Langton, missus. I'll tell you what. If you don't get him round the house pretty quick, he's not going to have them.
Well, I can't leave the shop. Are you going to the party?
Well, I haven't made up my mind yet. But I'll tell you what. I could take him round there, go out of me way like, just as a special favour to you.
You would be a load off my mind if you could. They will get to the party, won't they?
Some people would take offence at that last remark, missus. I won't. Mind you, I don't mind admitting I am a bit hurt.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you would be doing me a favour if you could take them.
Right then. How about something for going, like? I mean, I am going out of my way, you know.
You'd catch nuts off monkeys, you would, wouldn't you? All right, then I'll find you something.
I mean, it's only fair, innit? You scratch your back and I'll scratch mine.
Hey, take your hands off them pies.
Which reminds me, what about that stuff from Rena's?
What stuff?
Pies and cakes.
I thought that's what you've been out to get.
Well, I haven't.
Well, if it's not a rude question, what did you go out for?
Hello? Anybody at home? Here we are, here we are, here we are again. Happy birthday, darling. I've just staggered over with the big Yeats. You better check it, love. I don't want any suspicions about the embezzlement of dinky pies.
Thanks, Eddie.
Pleasure. Least I could do. Party-goer's got to make himself useful, hasn't he?
Now, look, Eddie.
Oh, and before I forget, present for you, darling. Well, it's for both of you, really, but, you know, manners and all that. I'll give it to the lady.
Oh, thanks very much.
Oh, see, you got plenty of ale in, Raymond. Trust you. Always said you had a head on your shoulders. It's very thirsty work carrying all that scoff, you know.
Aren't you going to offer him a drink, Ray?
Oh, what a good idea. Let's get the party off the ground, eh? Am I the first one here?
Cheers, Ray, lad. All the best.
Cheers, Raymond. All the best and all you wish yourself. I'll just have another beer. It's too early to start banging into the shorts, isn't it? Look, it doesn't go far nowadays, Raymond.
Oh, all right, here's another quid then. Now, that's 4 you've got. Do the best you can with it.
Right.
Right, I'm
here. It'll all start happening now.
Hello, darling. Listen, I'm just going down the Rovers to get some more ale. How about walking down with me?
You daft bat. I've just this minute got out of there. Hey, there's a bloke in Rovers looking for you.
He didn't have big feet, did he?
This is a pal of yours. He's got some wallpaper for you.
Oh, great. See ya.
OK, Langton, who do you have to sleep with to get a drink round here?
Well, Eddie's just going to get some more drinks, so you better speak to him when he gets back, ain't you?
That's it. I've gone teetotal.
Stan, cup hold of that.
Oh, ta!
What is it?
It's Eddie with some beer.
Oh.
They are, that'll wake you up, missus.
Oh, I wasn't asleep. I was only resting my eyes.
Well, rest your eyes on that. And hang on. They are from Langton's party, smuggled out.
God, lad! Oh.
And that is not all, because here is the answer to all our problems.
Oh, you managed to get it then?
Wait for it. I've had a word with my pal in the trade, and he says he's got this paper that they don't normally sell to the public because it's special, right? But seeing as how he owes me a favour...
Not the same, is it?
Well, it's not exactly the same, no.
I'm not interested.
Look, it's not exactly the same, granted, but it's better than the same. Stanley, give us a hand with it. There, that is your scenic panorama contrast wall.
Hey, it's powerful as that.
That is our word for it in the trade, Stanley. Powerful.
Yeah, well, it is powerful, I'll admit that.
You see, it gives you what is known as a mural effect. You see, that is your mural feature panorama contrast wall. Dead trendy. Latest, that is.
I've not seen it in that Beautiful Homes magazine.
Ah, well, my pal in the trade said it's very hush-hush, and it's going to be in next month's magazine. And then everyone will want it.
That's like the countryside round Charlie, isn't it?
Well, Annie Walker's never had one of them mural walls, that I do know. All right, go on then. I think it'll suit us very nicely, will that?
Yes.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello, darling. Have you missed me?
Well, strangely enough, I've been quite happy, even though I do seem to be behind the bar again.
I could take you away from all this, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Well, not right away, like after we've supped the ale. Only I'm staying with the Ogdens, and they don't mind if I stay out all night.
That I can believe.
You see, I fancy you. I know it's daft, don't ask me why, but there it is.
Eddie, love, you really do know how to get round a girl. Let me tell you something, darling. If you were the last man left in Weatherfield, you would have no chance with me.
If I was the last man left in Weatherfield, you would be killed in the rush.
Left a bit. Little bit more. No, it's too much now. Right a bit.
Oh, come on, let me hand's kidding me.
It's not us she wants, you know, Stanley. It's Bernie the bolt.
Now that's it. Hold it right there while I mark it. Oh, ta. Kill. Hey, up. Right.
Are you definitely happy then, Mrs. O?
Yeah. Oh, yes, Eddie. Gonna make a real vocal point to us, Ruby, is that?
Don't you wish you were just up there now, Stan, on top of one of them peaks?
Oh,
Something I've always wanted to be, that.
what?
A mountain guide.
Oh, why didn't you?
Well, it's me head, you see. I get dizzy going on top of the bus.
So, when are you thinking of making a start then, Chuck?
Start what?
Well, putting us me Oriel up.
Well, it's Saturday, isn't it?
So?
Well, I'm helping all of us, aren't I? I mean, the council complained about his allotment, you see, and you volunteered my help, didn't you? And when an old age pet needs help, you give him help, don't you? Don't worry about dinner. I'll probably work through, you know. Ta-da.
Aye.
Yeah, well, I'd like to help Hilda, only I found out I'm allergic, you see.
What to? A bit of hard work?
Now, you know me better than that. No, the paste. Since I've done that wallpapering, I've come out in spots in some very funny places.
I hope you know what you are doing, Eddie Yeats. I don't want that lock spoiling.
Don't worry, Mrs. Sharples. When it comes to locks, I'm the gaffer.
The less said about that, the better and all.
Have you got the key? So. There you are. How about that then?
Yeah, that's all right.
So.
You see, you sweep up all that mess when you finish, won't you?
Do you know, you remind me of a foreman I used to have, Mrs. Sharples. Very hard but straight.
How much do I owe you?
Oh, that's all right. Calling me good deed for the day.
You'll never have any money.
Well, what you never had, you don't miss.
Look, why don't you try and find yourself a nice, sensible lass and settle down instead of keep going in and out of jail all the time?
Good question, that.
Yes, and what's the answer?
I wish I knew. Do you know I had this head shrinker at Walton? He reckoned it was because I was double-jointed.
Double-jointed?
Yeah, you know, split personality. Now, this'll interest you. He reckoned there were two me's, you see. There was the good Eddie and the other. And when I was good, I was very, very good. But when I was bad... And do you know what really depresses me, Mrs. Sharples?
What?
I was never really very good at being bad. My criminal career is one long failure. It's embarrassing. Especially when you get sent down the neck. Well, the others look down on you.
Oh, give over, you'll have me crying next.
Right, where is he?
Who?
Well, who do you think? I'm not looking for Icky the Fire Bobby, am I?
Look, if it's your stand you're on about, what makes you think he might be here when there's some work to be done?
Because this is where he told me he'd be, that's why. When he got out of helping me doing the decorating this morning.
Oh, that's what he told you, is it? Well, for your information, he hasn't as much as shown his nose here.
See, there's this fella, he dies on his holidays, like, you see. So they bring him back, lay him out in the front room, and his missus goes next door to get the neighbour. She comes in, has a look at him, says, by Jove, he does look well. Which he says she should do. He's just had 2 weeks in Jersey. Hello, Ma. How are you diddling?
Right, man fed you easy. There's a strapping lad for you.
Now, that's not fair. Do you know I've lost half a stone in the last month? It's all the exercise I'm getting. It's like that. In fact, I'm thinking of joining this club.
You boxing?
No, weightlifting.
Yeah, Bobby, you can't even get your backside up of bed in the morning.
Nah, your body knows, and my body's telling me it's about time I got fit.
Any chance of you telling us why you've come here?
What?
What do you want?
Oh, that's very nice of you. Lends a quid.
Get knotted.
Only till Thursday, till I get my hand out from the welfare.
Now that's security for you.
Oh, right, it's very secure, the welfare. I mean, the country's got to go bankrupt before they stop that.
Listen, Passionflower, you get your hand out on Thursday. Well, that's me giving it to you out of my taxes.
Well, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why it makes sense for you to lend us a quid now. Because when I give it you back on Thursday, that's an investment to you.
Oh, aye.
Look, say I get 9 quid, right, from the welfare, and you give us a quid now, right?
You get more than 9 quid.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make the numbers simple. Look, 9 and 1 is 10, right? All yours to me, right?
Right.
Right. Now, on Thursday, I give you a quid. That's a tenth of it you've had back. That is the same as 10%. And that is more than you get if you put your money in the bank.
Well, hang on.
Say you don't give us a quid. I waltz off with me welfare and you get nothing back off your investment.
He's right, you know.
Of course I'm right. What would you rather have? Nothing or 10%? Right, 10%. So lends a quid. In fact, you'd do yourself better if you lent us 2 quid. I don't mind.
Do you know, it's convinced me.
Yeah, well, it's common sense, innit? You see, it was all explained to me by this fella I was sharing accommodation with.
In strange ways.
No, Walton, actually. He was a fully qualified, unchartered accountant doing 18 months.
Come in. Oh, it's a delegation.
Well, I thought we might find some use for him.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, well, you could be right.
What's the problem?
Well, it's a bit funny. Sit down, will you? And put that thing anywhere.
I'll tell you what, if the scuffers catch me with this lot, they'll do me for 40 cases of breaking and entering, not to mention possession of a dangerous weapon.
Well, I wouldn't encourage you to use that.
On who?
Oh, didn't I tell you? I've had a little fella round to see me.
Who was that then?
Well, look, have you had anybody from the council going round putting in showers for old folk
Not that I know of.
and charging them 60 quid
You're joking.
and asking for a deposit?
Something to do with the council?
Well, the council was mentioned.
Ah, now that sounds a bit funny to me.
No, me being what I am, I'm as green as a bar of soap. So I've asked him to call back this morning and I've got the £20 deposit waiting for him.
I'm with you, yeah. Tell me more about what he said.
Well, I think you'd be able to explain it much better than I can.
Hey, look, we'll be in there. Ask him to explain it all over again.
Oh, he can be very obliging.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples, how are you?
It's you again. Come in.
Oh, can't stop long. It's only a couple of details. So you don't have to sign nothing, not till you put down your deposit.
Look, I just want to get everything quite straight as to how much it's going to cost me.
Oh, yes, you would, wouldn't you?
Yes, well, would you mind sitting down?
Why not?
Why not? Well, now, look, when would you want to make a start?
Just as soon as you give us the word. You, managed to get to the post office?
Oh, yes. Yes, I've got the deposit.
Oh, this it?
Yes, I think you'll find it's right.
Well, now, you only have to sign the authorization.
Would you like to see this and get like to me?
Pleasure. You're the fellow that's put him in the showers, ain't you?
Well, I don't actually put them in myself, you know. I'm more liaison. Paperwork, that's me.
Pity that, because I wanted to ask you a few questions, you know. Yeah. On Mrs. Sharple's behalf. What sort of showers do you put in?
Well, I think this will tell you all you need to know.
Oh, well, I could pick these up by the dozen in any plumber's yard, couldn't I?
Well, I don't know. I suppose you could. I'm not a plumber.
That's a pity, then. I am. And I just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, well, you see the plumber when he comes. Well, nice meeting you, Mrs. Sharples. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
You say this has got something to do with the council. How does that work, then?
Yes, well, that's my side of it, you see. But I tell you what, I stick to paperwork. You stick to plumbing. Excuse me. If you don't mind.
I do. I do mind, you see.
Which department on the council do you work for, then?
Social Welfare Department.
Oh, in that case, you'll have one of those little cards with your picture on the front and the town clerk's signature, won't you?
I didn't say I worked for the council. I said I worked with the council. My job's putting in the showers.
Yeah, but you said you knew nothing about putting in showers.
Look, do you mind? I've had enough of this. I don't know what your game is, but
Let's find out what your game is. Let's see. Social welfare, whose department's that? Jack Higgins, is it?
Not your business.
As a matter of fact, it is, because I'm not only a plumber, I'm a councillor as well. I like to know what's going on in the other departments. And as far as I'm concerned, in our council, there's no such thing as social welfare. So try again, eh?
Oh, let us and save us, lad. Don't throttle him.
Let's see, Mrs. Sharples. Is this your money, then?
Well, you think I'm daft and all?
What should we do with him, then? Should we take him out the back and customise his face a bit?
Eddie, my old son, we are going to take him, put him in the van, and then take him down to the cop shop.
You what?
You have just performed what is known as a citizen's arrest.
I can't do that.
And I'm proud of you.
Oh. Now look what you made me do.
Hey, you lot. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what Eddie here has just done.
Shut up.
No, you won't get it in 3 guesses, actually. He has just performed a citizen's arrest.
Oh, don't tell everyone, it'll get around.
He's what?
And again?
He's right. Look, I just wanted to kick his head in, that's all.
Give him a pint, will you, love?
I don't believe it.
He must have been drunk.
Hey, when did you first latch on to him?
Well, I'm not as good as I'm cabbage-looking then, Fair Club. I simply asked who was having this job done, and according to him, they'd just put one in for Hetty Boothrow.
Oh, what?
Well, there has to be either very well in with the almighty up to the fella, because we buried Hetty 5 months ago.
Well, it takes some adjusting to, Hilda. I mean, how?
Do you take sugar?
No, Ta.
Oh, well, help yourself to biscuits.
It's terrific, Hilda. What do you do if there's an avalanche?
No, it does just put you right there, though, doesn't it?
I've seen Nowt to touch it since Cinerama.
Stan did it all himself, you know. Well, the Muriel, anyway.
Are you sure it's straight?
Well, of course it's straight. I mean, you can tell by the top corners it's straight.
I get the idea that lake's sloping.
No. No, it's not sloping. It's just the reflection of the mountain what makes it do that. Oh, come in. It's open house.
Oh, I just...
Aha! You couldn't resist it, you couldn't.
Well, I was invited and I had a moment to spare.
I knew you would.
Very familiar, that wallpaper, Mr. Ogden.
Oh, you've noticed. It's the same as what's on your bedroom, Mrs. Walker.
Isn't it amazing how different things seem in a different room?
Shut your eyes, Mrs. Walker.
Bed?
Shut your eyes, turn round and open them.
Oh, my word, Mrs. Ogden. Do you know, dear,
I feel just a little giddy. Would you mind if I sat facing the other way until I'm acclimatised?
Well, either you're one for the great outdoors or you're not.
Hey, they've dug up half a dozen charges against that con artist, you know. The one that tried to do Mrs. Sharples.
I've no sympathy with him, Eddie. It's his own fault.
Yeah, you're right there. And he had me to cope with. And I mean, with my knowledge of the law, that's what they call devastating. Still, that's what they say. Crime doesn't pay. Unless you're good at it.
All right, Eddie.
I'll go and get my orders for the day. Morning, Your Honour. Where's that chubby little smile, then? It's not everyone that's got an autograph matter, you know.
If that's your idea of a joke, perhaps it's you that's done it.
Do I look like the sort of fella who'd do a thing like that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, well, that's where appearances are very deceptive. Look, I might look like a villain, but I wouldn't harm a vegetable to save me life.
You eat them?
Yeah, but that's when they're dead, innit? When it's the cooking that kills them.
Don't be daft.
Albert, I'm only trying to cheer you up.
Right, well, go on, up it.
In this day and age, unemployment is a very serious problem.
Well, I had a fright a few weeks ago. I fear it got up me, I don't mind telling you.
Causes a lot of thieving unemployment, you know.
I'll tell you what causes more.
What's that?
Dishonesty.
Oh, yeah, that no. Mind you, I've been very lucky, never having been a victim of it myself, you know.
What of dishonesty?
No, unemployment. Do you know, I totted up the other night and I've had 44 different jobs in my long and varied career. I think I can say without fear of favour that I can turn my hand to almost anything.
Oh, we know. Cartons of fags, television sets.
There you go. Always ready to give a decent bloke a backhander. Isn't that right, Mr. Fairclough?
Dead right, yeah. Give us a pint, will you, love?
I will, love.
Oh, stick one in there as well, will you, love?
OK.
Yeah, well, this isn't getting the baby's nappy on. Is it, Mrs?
You are?
I say this isn't getting the baby's... Oh, I'm wasting my time in 4 ale bars, aren't I? Oh, I'll see you again then.
Hey, will you tell Albert we're going to send him to Coventry if he doesn't buy us another round out of his winnings?
Taking care?
No.
Winnings? What winnings are these then?
Yeah. Will you look at his eyes? Bleeping they are as if they'd picked up radiation.
I'm just interested, that's all.
Are you going to buy us one then?
Now, you know I would, Mr. Fairclough, if it was economically practical. I mean, that's why I'm always skint, you see. I'm too open-handed. Generosity has been my downfall. Mind you, you can buy me a pint just to balance the books a bit, if you like.
They're all the same, these rogues, aren't they? Smooth talkers.
Comes with a conductor's outfit. We'd starve otherwise.
3 pints, will you, bet?
Right, love.
How much is old Albert won, then?
Oh, only a thou.
He's never here having me on.
Bet?
You what?
Albert, he's won a thou at bingo.
Oh, dead right. Lucky old Josser.
And he's coming in here, like, is he?
We're waiting for him, aren't we?
To congratulate him, of course.
What else?
Yeah, what else? Hey, she was in here yesterday. Do you know who she is?
I've no idea.
I'm told she's anybody's for the price of a gin.
Get away.
That's what I'm told.
Betsy, will you send a gin over to that table?
I thought you were skint.
Yeah, well, I've always got what I call me Chucky fund, haven't I? How do you do?
How do you do?
How do?
There you are, 20.
No sign, I see.
What's that?
Mr. Tatlock.
Oh, he was in this afternoon.
Oh, he hadn't come in by 3, had he, Beth?
That's a fact.
No, there was only me and that bird at the end. Hey, and talking about that bird...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bought her 4 gin and tonics, and do you know what happened?
You cracked it.
She only goes off to the hairdressers because she's got a date with someone else. I mean, that's not right, is it? Taking booze off one fella when she's going out with someone else. Judies can be very unethical, you know.
I've not found that.
No, me neither.
Yeah, well, you haven't got the same physical problems. You see, when it comes to talent and personality, I'm star quality, no danger. But where's me soft brown eyes and me dark brown voice?
Have you tried Bob Martin's?
I'll have a pint bet if I can raise the 21p.
23.
Make it a half.
Got 3 once anyway.
Do you reckon he'll be in tonight, then?
Ah, he should be able to afford the pint, shouldn't he?
More like 5,000 at a rough estimate.
Yeah. And I mean, he can't have that much time to supplement, can he? Not without a bit of help, like.
You're not going out tonight, then, Uncle Albert?
No, I'm safer here.
You only want 50 quid, you know. You're not exactly a target for the mafia.
Well, I'm not frightened of it getting pinched. Some vultures at Rovers next door that I'm steering clear of. I think just because I've won a few quid, I'm a flipping walking charity.
Yeah, well, it is expected, you know.
Look, I bought him a round of drinks at dinner time, didn't I? Yeah, well, that's a lot.
I don't mind betting that Albert Tatlock isn't coming in here tonight.
Well, we're not 100% sure.
No, we never said we were sure.
I bet he hasn't won anything either.
Oh, yes, he has. Definitely.
Do you know what today's cost me? Every last cent I possessed. I haven't even got the price of a currant bun. I don't suppose you'd think of subbing me like as an investment. You're very cruel, you two are. To me. Especially you, Langton. You're always taking a mickey. I'm more to be pitied than mocked, you know. Otherwise, I'll become a recidivist.
Hey, when you've quite finished, them are for selling, not wiping your mucky paws on.
Quite right, too, love. Got to think of the customers. Have you got a mirror?
Under there, it'll cost you 6 feet. Ah, now let's have a fella's opinion. You are a fella, aren't you? Or is it where you're having your hair cut lately?
Give us a packet of chewy and less lip, otherwise I'll thicken it for you.
You're a fella. Leonard, if you were going to Llandudno for your holidays and you happened upon our little maid is here, would you go more for a boller roll or a thin carrot?
I don't think either of them would suit me.
Oh, I don't know.
You shut up and all.
Sorry I ever mentioned it.
You are?
Where'd you keep the sporting?
You haven't paid for the mirror yet.
The mirror's not for me, it's for Mr. Tatlock. Didn't she tell you she forgot to drop him one in? I'll take it round here for him.
What's your game?
Just as a favour to a senior citizen.
Don't be surprised if he doesn't answer the door, you know. Albert's lying a bit low at the moment.
All right.
He's in danger of being duffed over by an irate husband.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, don't be daft.
You could be in for a sticky time, you know, convincing her husband it's just your bingo card that she's after.
Well, very fine for you to talk, innit? But we're not all like you know. Some folks still have a bit of respect for marriage, and I happen to be one of them. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but... Well, you think this is some sort of a game. I don't. And if I've done out wrong, I'm willing to face up to it like a man. But I'm angry if I'm going to be blamed for something I've had no truck with any road.
That's right, Lumley. And when I get hold of that Albert Tatlock, I'll turn him inside out and use him for a dishcloth.
Guess who? You should see your face. I just popped in to drop you that off. Don't thank me, it'll only embarrass me.
Look, if I'd been 20 years younger, you wouldn't have had a flipping face.
Does he ever stop laughing?
Only when it hurts, like now.
Hello, Albert. By heck, I've got to hand it to you. Walking about in broad daylight with that monster ready to pounce at any minute.
You are?
Lumley's he called. I've heard he can give you a nasty crack with that stick he carries.
Stick? What stick?
Now, I'm not sure. Who told me
Look,
about that
you're just
stick?
trying to be funny, aren't you?
Hey, Olive. Hey, do you want another?
Not in here, I don't.
That's very cruel, is that, you know?
Oh, you should talk.
Hey, I've heard it's getting very serious between them two.
What, Albert and his lady friend?
He's about to make the supreme sacrifice.
What's that?
He's lending her his bus tokens. That's a pint for me, one for him, and he's paying. Hey, don't look now, but could this be the lady in question?
Have you lost somebody, love?
Oh, hello. I was looking for Mr. Tatlock.
He's gone home.
Oh,
For his dinner. Not that he'd be scoffing much, mind you.
why, what's wrong?
Well, he's been in here since opening time, hoping to catch a fleeting glimpse. Then, when you didn't come in, he went out like a broken man.
God, no.
As true as I'm standing here, may I be struck down if I'm wrong?
Gone home, you said?
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Hey, it's a pity, you know.
What?
Pity we can't phone their old man up. Put him wise.
You're evil, you are.
Very true. Hello there, Mrs. B. Still smiling, eh? That's the way. Mrs. Bradshaw asked me to drop that in for you. Do you know, that's the second time today I've been used for cheap labour.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Yeats.
Ah, you're welcome. Any luck?
No.
Well, I'll keep me ear to the ground.
Well, thanks. I mean, anything's better than nothing. Isn't it?
Anything legal considered, I think is the phrase.
Well, in that case, you better stick to the paper then.
Well, hasn't done as much good up to now, has it, love? Every job I phone up for's already gone. People must get up very early these days.
Well, it's no good waiting till the paper's in the shops round here, is it?
It isn't.
Of course not. Look, you've got to get down to the newspaper office when the first edition comes out with a pocket full of 2pp's. That's the way to do it.
I thought, you know.
Yeah, of course it is. It's the only way to do it. Mind you, I've never been that keen on getting a job myself, you know. And that's another thought.
What?
Why worry about getting a job? Why not lie back and enjoy the situation? Get a suntan instead of ulcers. See ya.
Bye.
Another Stanley Ogden.
Another species.
Here he is, Steve McQueen of the Over 60s Club.
Oh, are you still here, are you? Thought you'd have been back in Walton by now. You usually are.
Now, that's not nice, Albert. Especially I was just going to offer me services as bodyguard for when that big Mr. Lumley catches up with you.
What are you charging? Penny an hour? I reckon that's about all you're worth.
Would you like a drink, Albert?
Yeah, I'll have a rum. If you promise to talk less about yourself.
Can I have a rum for me granddad, Betty?
Albert Tatlock?
Yeah, that's me.
My name's Nat Lumley. I want a word with you.
They haven't thumped him yet.
Any minute now.
You're bloodthirsty, you are, Mr. Fairclough.
Just let me explain.
No, just hang on a minute.
Now, wait a minute. I don't care what it is you've heard. It's a pack of lies. Every blooming word of it. There were no hanky-panky.
Hanky-panky?
All we did was sit next to each other at bingo and chuck in.
I know.
But where's the harm in that?
There's no harm in it.
Well, then what are you on about?
I'm not on about anything, mate. Look, I'm here because she sent me.
Oh, Bertha?
What you've got to understand about Bertha is that bingo's not just a game to her. It's more a way of life.
Oh.
And when she's winning, it's heaven on earth at our house. But when she's not, it's grimaces.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And she reckons you're better than a barrel load of black cats. So do us a favour, eh? Take her again. And again.
Do you mean that? You're not...
Of course I mean it.
Oh, well, I'll have to think about that.
I'd see you weren't out of pocket.
You would?
Look, take them millionaires. Look, like Nelson Bunker Hunt. What do they do with their money? They bet on horses, don't they?
Yeah, but they own the horses.
Yeah, for my 50p, I get a piece of the same action, don't I? Look, I get me pick of all the thoroughbreds. When I put a shilling on Lester, he's riding for me. Lester Piggott riding for me. The greatest artist ever to draw breath.
Yeah, well, he'd have to be a great artist to draw breath, wouldn't he?
Oh, shut up, you.
It's all an illusion, Eddie.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't like the reality that much, then.
Say that again.
Yeah, Bet. Set him up again, will you? I want to get the Vicar K line. Oh, hello, darling. Will you join us? Hey, I like your hat.
Oh, and you do get some characters in here.
Have a nice time, Mrs. Walker.